Hey guys, today I want to talk about a little product that's out there that really helps in games, helps organize them and keep track of what's going on the field. And it's also wonderful for battle reports. You're going to see me start to do battle reports real soon with the folks in my club that we play with. But this is from Games Workshop. They put out a set of markers, and it's two huge sprues. And I'm going to show you some of what comes with it. Here's like an objective marker that you can use. Now, they did this on like a transparent green plastic. I don't know why they did that, but that's what they went with. And then what I did was I lightly primed this, and you can see I'm holding it so that you can see that it's translucent. I haven't decided what kind of pattern or design or whatever it is I'm going to put on here, but I really would like to do something, except I'm a little bit afraid of my freehand. Perhaps I might even just put some decals or something. You never know. So that's that. The other thing that comes in that set, this is really cool, is a turn counter. You'll notice that I did not paint the numbers. The reason for that is because I want to put some LEDs on here eventually and then have it look like it's glowing. But you see the skull, I did paint that black so that none of the light would shine through. But you see how it's translucent? Kind of cool. So I think that would be kind of neat for a glowing effect. If you know me at all by now, you know I use magnets. So I put a magnet on here, help keep track of it, so I won't lose this little arrow. But it's got some good functionality, and it works well with the magnet. The other thing that's really good about this is Games Workshop thought ahead, and they spaced these numbers out really well so that you can keep track of the top of turn 1, bottom of turn 1, top of turn 2, bottom of turn 2, etc., and so forth. They also made this, which was really interesting, like a cog design. How cool is that? Well, it's not just an aesthetic choice. It's also got functionality, because if you're playing with night fighting rules, see if you've got night rules, now you can clip that on there, and that helps you to remember. So I think it's kind of neat. So I'll put this in the background as well. I'll show you some of the other things that come with it. I mean, I told you this thing is huge. It's really, really neat. They have a way of keeping track of wounds. I still haven't painted that one, but I'll set that down. They have, if you pop smoke on a vehicle, a means of keeping track of that. and just so you know why I've chosen the colors that I'm using, they also have, by the way, for movement. So if you're cruising or you just moved a little bit, or if you're moved all out, you'll notice that these are also sized differently. So the little one shows you it's a little movement, and then there's a medium one that shows you medium movement, and then the all-out movement. So it's a pretty neat way of keeping track of that. I'll set that down. The reason I chose those colors is because they go with my army scheme, as I was about to say. So let me show you what my army scheme looks like. If you haven't seen this, or if you're not familiar with it, here's what it looks like. So I thought it would not only match, but at the same time kind of stick out. So here's a regular little Space Marine. I know he's a little dirty, whatever. I got to clean him up. But these are old models, and I painted some of these a long time ago. I just started repainting them, and I've been overwhelmed. At least I drilled out the bolter holes, so I don't want to hear it. So that's what they look like. Set my little guy on there. They also have, check this out. So if you have a vehicle that is stunned, shaken, immobilized, weapon destroyed, or even wrecked, you can keep track of that stuff. That's kind of cool. I will be using these on my battle reports, so I'm just kind of letting you know what I'm using them for. They have, if you have soldiers and you moved, they have something to keep track and show you the direction from where they came. I also have this one. I'm going to use this if folks charge, so I'm going to use that. In addition, you have a way of marking if a unit shot. So again, this helps you keep track of, I mean, how many times have you played a game where you forget to shoot? And maybe you have an opponent that, maybe they're not so friendly, and maybe they don't remind you, and maybe they don't tell you, oh, you know what, that unit that forgot to shoot, would you like to shoot with it before you end your turn? Not everybody's going to do that. So this will help you. This is actually going to help you win, because you're going to remember that stuff. Sometimes things are busy, and there's a lot going on, a lot of commotion. This might make the difference on being able to maybe pop a vehicle or destroy a pesky unit that your opponent has, because you'll remember whether or not you've shot. So in any event, I just wanted to wrap this up and let you know there are tons of tokens, and there's a bunch more. I mean, I'm not even including all of them, but the idea is there are a ton of tokens in this set, and I only got one of them. But check this out. I mean, I am not kidding. It is well worth it. All right, maybe this is not. But It's well worth it. You got a ton of objective markers. You've got hit counters, wounds. I mean, you name it. Look at this. I mean, they're making it rain with the counters here. Check that out. So you get the idea, and then there's still some more left. All in all, there are something like 40 pieces. I don't know. I'm just saying off the top of my head. But it's quite a bit. Tell me that's not substantial. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining me. Remember to subscribe, leave some comments. Let me know if I'm doing a good job, because I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time. If you have ideas for a segment that you'd like to see, let me know. I'll do my best. All right, thank you, and have a good one.